In some ways, I feel bad about this whole ILHAN OMAR scandal because it forces us to play this song, which you will never get out of your head all day today. You'll be in a meeting, and all of a sudden, you'll just think to yourself, ILHAN OMAR.
It's worse than Don't Worry, Be Happy. It really is. Remember how that stuck in your head?
Yeah, thank you for that. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
All right, so I want to tell you a little bit about ILHAN OMAR. She has been seeing Tim Mynett, the Democratic political...
But wait, she's married. What do you mean she's been seeing Tim Mynett? That's not the name of her husband.
No, I know. She's separating now with her husband.
That's weird. And wasn't Tim married himself?
Tim was married as well.
Yeah.
But she's wearing the hijab, so I think
that covers it all.
That covers it all.
Okay.
That covers it all.
All right.
So anyway, she is. There's been some interesting things. We told you earlier today about Dr. Beth Mynett, who filed for divorce from her husband Tim, submitted under the penalty of perjury, and she included claims that, raise the gossipy open secret of ILHAN OMAR's extramarital affair with her husband to a more serious matter of public corruption. What?
Don't worry about it.
The divorce filing suggested serial campaign finance violations by Omar. There have already been finance violations. It's a recurring theme with Omar. In June this year, she was found guilty of half a dozen or so violations. But the divorce filing also includes a disturbing allegation about how Tim and ILHAN, just went over to the house and while mom was on vacation or out on business, they had dinner with the kids and dad introduced her, and it was a real warm.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Warm affair. All right, so anyway, there is one other story that I think is important here, and that is her husband has been fired from his job, and here's the problem with that. He worked for Councilwoman Kano. And now there may be corruption here. During the summer, according to sources within the Minneapolis Somali community, ILHAN OMAR had been using financial leverage to prevent her husband from filing for divorce. His employment with Councilwoman Kano was quietly terminated on June 14th. The June 14th termination of her husband's employment is public data. Anyone can verify the information. But sources state that Ahmed Hirsi was terminated following a request by Representative Omar. They added that Omar's motivation for the request was to force Hirsi to become reliant upon her assets and income. For the majority of 2019, Ahmed Hirsi has reportedly borne the responsibility of raising the 3 children he has with Omar. One source used the term abandoned to describe ILHAN's recent share of the parenting. Since June 14th, Hirsi does not have a reliable source of income. Meanwhile, Omar currently draws $174,000 for her congressional salary, and she just received $250,000 advance for a new book she's about to write. Scott Johnson's September 3rd
Gotta
article...
be kidding me. I hadn't heard about the book.
Yeah. Yeah. According to the article, ILHAN OMAR feels the heat. There's similar information out there regarding Omar pressuring Hirsi to remain her legal husband. This is what was in the article. In the past 3 weeks, I have circled back to interview sources who I have found to be highly reliable in the Omar saga. They open a window onto the scandals of the perspective of Ahmed Hirsi, her longtime partner and father of her 3 children. According to sources, Hirsi is telling friends that he will not go to jail for Omar. That while Omar did indeed marry her brother for fraudulent purposes, Hirsi did not know at the time that she had married Elmi. That Omar is threatening Hirsi that he would be in trouble along with her if the truth were to come out. That Omar asked him to state publicly that all is well with their marriage, even though it's completely done and finished. and that, in fact, they are living apart and have been divorced under Islamic law, although they remain legally married. Having humiliated Ahmed Hirsi by her affair with Tim Mynett, Omar now wants Hirsi to perform public relations services for her to suppress the scandal. Hirsi has maintained his silence through the scandals so far. One may infer that there's good reason why Hirsi has never spoken up on Omar's behalf in any of these scandals. Hirsi's knowledge of Omar's conduct is knowledge of her wrongdoing. That's not a problem, though, is it?
ILHAN Omar. Eventually, the truth's going to come out on that.
Eventually, but how much damage will she
do in the meantime?
Will she do in the meantime? I mean, this is a woman who I believe is connected to extremists, Islamic extremists, and she is poisoning the well. She is getting away with things that no one else, no gay woman would ever get away with. I mean, nobody would get, I don't care what protected class you're in, nobody would get away with what she's getting away with. And it's shocking. And I think she has protection from, you know, the allies of the Muslim Brotherhood. That's what I read in it, but I don't know. I think we should probably have an investigation, but then again, that's probably not going to happen.
Well, no, she's a Democrat. That won't happen.
No.